What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at the SH Figuarts Shinkocchou Seihou Kamen Rider Decade Neo Decadriver version. Let's jump in. And here we have Kamen Rider Decade, and I gotta say, the overall design of this guy's suit, the colors, the color blocking, it really is just super clean. I really do love it, especially with those green compound eyes on here popping out. Beautiful. So jumping in, you can look upwards quite significantly, as well as down. Side to side motion is not impeded in any way, and again, the head sculpt is just super dope. Here's a profile view of like the line work of like the barcodes, if you will, that fly into the helmet. You can see them underneath the green as well. The little yellow jewel on there as well. Arms can move upwards, no problem. The shoulder guards are going to be on a little hinge. That way they move independently and don't get in the way whatsoever. He's got okay butterfly articulation. Doesn't really go out that far. He will have bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. He will have rotation down here at the forearm as well. And the hands are on ball pegs. I am trying to be a bit careful with this just because the right arm, right as I was getting ready to shoot, I was getting him in a neutral pose, and the joint right here on the right arm, it just snapped. So yeah, had to glue it together. Hopefully he can still move about a-okay, but don't know what caused that to happen. I mean, it's not like I'm rough with these guys. He can lean backwards ever so slightly. He's got the ball peg here at the chest, one at the waist, but going forwards, he really shines, and the belt doesn't get in the way at all, so that's very cool. Side to side motion is present. His belt is a floating piece. You have the magenta coloration on this one, since this is the Neo Decadriver, so you're going to see all the Heisei riders on here, like their little symbols present, with the exclusion of Decades himself as well as ZO. It will have a little holster portion right here for the ride booker. That way you could put that in if you would like to. His legs will have thigh cuts. They can move upwards, no problem. Right about here, since the sculpt does get in the way a little bit, as well as backwards, no issue. Double jointed knees, ankle rocker, and toe hinge. And I do like the boots on this guy. They're a little big, you know, by design, but they look very nice and hold the figure steady when he's just trying to get his kicks in. So I do like that a lot. In regards to accessories, he's gonna have quite a bit going for him. So number one, he will have the fisted hands that you see on him right now. He will also have a pair of hands to hold the cards that he comes with, and you can also use them as pointing hands if you want. Pair of sword holding hands, pair of gun holding hands, they're a bit more angled, and open relaxed hands. For the accessories, again, you will have the ride booker in its holstered form. Has a little peg right here, so again you could put that right there, and it does open up. That way you can store some of the cards if you want to. I wouldn't recommend it. They are quite small and you're gonna lose them, but very nice details on it. You also have it in the gun form right here. Also has a little peg so you can holster it. And lastly, the sword form right there. And has a peg. You also have a swappable belt piece. That way, it's like it's opened up and you could rotate the actual magenta portion onto here clockwise, because it actually has a slit on it right here to insert the cards. Again, that's not something that I would recommend to go ahead and do. It is an option if you want to try it for photography or display purposes, but I would not like to risk getting the cards stuck in the actual driver. But again, this is something that you can go ahead and do. It even says Decade right above it, which is a nice touch. Speaking of the cards, you are going to get a sheet that has all of the Heisei riders as well as some bonus cards right on there. I have left them as is with the exclusion of one of them, which I had him posed with. So here's a closer look at how tiny it is. So again, you don't want to risk losing these. But the fact that he has all those cards is so cool. And for a quick size comparison, let's just bring him a little closer. We're going to compare him to two other figures, keeping it real simple here. Number one, the Shinkocchou Seihou Gokai Red. These guys were a part of Superhero Time together for 1 point. And then we also have the SH Figuarts Kamen Rider ZO, another anniversary rider, if you will. And let's finish it up. To sum up, I really do believe that this version of the SH Figuarts Kamen Rider Decade is the way to go. He's got the awesome articulation that you would expect on a Shinkocchou Seihou, and he's got the added bonuses of just that very nicely done magenta belt with all of the Heisei Rider logos on there, as well as the cards to go ahead and use if you really want to go ahead and do so. The Ride Booker comes in all its forms, sword and gun, as well as the holstered version you see here, and you could store the cards, which is also a very cool little touch. But I do think that this is the way to go if you are looking for a Decade figure. If you do have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment down below. You can check out my Instagram at gojiboy93, where you're going to find photos of this guy as well as many other Kamen Rider figures in my collection. And if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. Till next time, guys, take care.